Hi everyone, Katie here. Welcome back to another scrapbook layout video. Today I am working with some photos of my husband and I. We went to a local orchard at the beginning of October. It was a beautiful fall morning and we were super happy to get to go. It wasn't super crowded, so we felt safe even with COVID, and we really enjoyed it. So I definitely had to scrap these photos. So I start with my Cartabella Fall Break collection. I've had this and I really want to use it. It has some beautiful colors and papers, and I just had to use it. So I start out by choosing a few papers, and ultimately I decided I really like this little cut apart piece as a title. It does have a pretty little fall scene with a little church on it, and I decided I didn't quite want that in my title. It doesn't really go with the photos, so I just cut out the words "Autumn days are here again," and that is kind of my jumping off point for my layout. I have 3 photos I'm working with, so I knew I wanted to trim them down so they fit a little more nicely on the paper. I didn't cut them to particularly standard sizes. One of them's 4x4, but the others I just cut so I thought that they looked nice and we were centered in the photos. Originally, I thought I was going to use this little blue and orange polka dot as my background, but when I found the pretty little orange kind of flower bouquets, I thought that almost went with our little corn maze photos a little bit better, so I decided to use that as the background and then do a wider border mat on my photos with the blue and orange polka dot page. Now, as you can see, my little Herma photo corner dispenser was a little bit messed up. I had the refill outside of the dispenser, and I was just getting so frustrated with it, and then I realized I had it loaded incorrectly, so of course it did not work well. So I took the time to reload it properly, and it works like a dream now, so much better. So I'm glad I took the time to do that. So as you can see, I'm just mounting my photos on these mats. I really like having this kind of colorful mat behind my photos. Now, it did feel a little bit sinful to use this beautiful Cartabella textured thick cardstock as mats, but I know that there is always going to be more beautiful paper, and I'm definitely always going to want to buy it, so I might as well use it when I want to use it. So that's what I do, and then I want it to stand out a little bit more on the paper, so I go ahead and grab an older distressed ink. It's called Vintage Photo, and I really like how it kind of gives an antique look, a dark brown kind of color as I ink up the edges of the photos, and then I try to make sure that I get a little bit more ink to give the back of the paper a very distressed look. So this green checked paper was a piece that I had left over from another project. It did come from the Cartabella Fall Break collection as well, and I go ahead and just kind of use that as a kind of background mat for my whole layout. I also ink up the edges of this as well, and I am sure to be a little bit less careful so as to intentionally over ink the edges on this so that it has kind of that rustic look. Now, I know I want to use this "Autumn Days Are Here Again" as my title, and it just did not look right as it was. I wanted to mount it. And at first I was thinking maybe I want to use that polka dot mount, but it wasn't a photo. I wanted to make it stand out as a title rather than a photo. So I end up taking a piece of the green plaid and mounting it on that, and I think that pulls the green plaid up to the top, which I like, and it differentiates the title from the photos. So I am liking where all my photos and everything is, so I decide to adhere it down, and if you see, I am intentionally not making it a nice line. I want my page to look almost like you just took the photos and they dropped and they fell in this nice little overlapped arrangement. So none of them are in straight lines. They're all a little crooked, but that goes for the feel that I want. So I really like how it turned out. I again wanted to make the title a little bit different than the rest of the page, so I go ahead and pop that up on my teeny tiny little foam squares so that it can stand out a little bit against the photos so that it doesn't get lost. And it does take me a minute or so to arrange it. But I like what I'm doing with the layout, but it does feel pretty bare. You know, I definitely need to embellish it, so I grabbed the sticker sheet from Fall Break, and I have not used very much of this sheet yet. There are a lot of cute elements on it, but I don't think they work well all together, just because they're so busy. So I grabbed just, a couple of them, this cute little sticker that says Falling For You. It's a little bit cheesy, but I put it on my layout anyway. And then I grab one of the big element stickers. It's this cute red truck that is carrying pumpkins and says Autumn Time. It does not exactly match the colors in my layout, but I think it goes well with the paper and I like how it looks, so I keep it. And again, I still think my layout looks pretty bare, so I grabbed some gold washi tape because it didn't have any sparkle or shine on it, so it absolutely needed some. I have this gold washi, it's like a metallic gold, almost really a metallic bronze, that I put on there in the title and underneath the photo. Again, I like what it does. I get a little bit stuck on my embellishing, so I decide to do some journaling, just talking about how we went to the farm and we enjoyed going through the corn maze and riding on the tractor out to the pumpkin patch. I've got some more layouts to do with other photos from this trip, so I just do a little bit of journaling. I don't write too much on it. So now I go into my embellishment box and I grab a few more things. I have some autumn stickers from Paper House Productions. One set is puffy stickers that I'm looking through right now, and the other is just these teeny tiny little flat autumn stickers. Some of them do have some gold foiling on them, so I make sure to bring those in just to add another element of gold foil on there to add it throughout the layout. I do add a cute little puffy raccoon on the side and quite a few of the little tiny fall stickers just to add a little bit more interest on different parts of the page. Now, unfortunately, I struggled with adding more embellishment. I thought, there needs to be more. There's a big blank space over in the left corner, and I decide ultimately I'm going to do this big doodly border, which is just a fun scrap lifted technique. I take a large tip just pen that I would use for journaling and just kind of draw a little border on all four sides. I think this kind of contains the layout and gives your eyes some focus. I try to use that cute sparkly pumpkin that I made, but it does not make it on the layout. I have some really pretty thickers that I, wanted to use, but ultimately only one gold heart makes it on. Again, like I said, I struggled with embellishing, but I do really like how the layout turned out. I have these nice vellum tags and phrases, and I'm looking through them, and I do decide to go with this one that says good day, because it was a good day, and I like it a lot, but I don't like how it's going up and down. I want the words to go right across, so I snip apart my little vellum piece and try to soften the corners by cutting around them, cutting soft edges around them. I'm just using these tiny detail scissors from We Are Memory Keepers, and then I decide, okay, I like it if it's going across. It adds some interest to that left-hand corner. I used my Tombow tape runner to put a little line of adhesive on the back. I like how it doesn't show through, even though it is a clear embellishment. And then after looking at my layout, I decide that, there's not too much more that I want to do. I grab a few enamel dots. These are from Echo Park, but I believe they're the Safari collection. It does not matter to me what collection they're from. I will use them on anything. They're just different colors. So after adding a few more enamel dots, I grabbed these Park Lane puffy stickers. They are perfect fall colors, so I just add a little flower, and ultimately I decide to add a little bit of magic mesh at the end in this picture you can see. And thanks so much for watching. Bye!